We all just love this song, and
we've been singing it for days.
It's an hard to get it out of your head.
We've been just all morning long.
Such a catchy tune.
You want to give her an example of?
No, I don't want to ruin your song. It's rough when we start singing.
Oh, well, welcome back to Fox 8 News in the Morning on this very special Tuesday morning. We've talked about this for quite some time, and Michelle Knight, of course, joins us. She has shared her story. She wrote a book, and of course, she helped make a movie too.
And now Michelle Knight has turned her experience surviving a decade of captivity into an amazing song, which is available for download today.
It is called Survivor, and Michelle and her producer, Aaron Dissell, are here to talk about the song, how it came together, and the making of the music video.
Welcome.
Good morning, guys. How you guys doing today?
We're doing good. Traffic sucked today.
Oh, did it? Was it bad coming in?
It's one of those days, right?
Can I just tell you, whatever you have on, you smell marvelous. It's like the aromas throughout the whole studio.
You too. You look
That's
great.
good stuff.
So how are you feeling today? You're excited?
I'm super excited. That's the reason why I'm very giggly.
So when you saw the video yesterday for the first time, right? All of it?
Oh yes.
What did you think?
It was so amazing. I was like, oh my gosh, you captured everything that I wanted in the
Now, when you
video.
make it to
Oh my
superstardom, you gonna remember us?
Oh,
here at
heck
Fox?
yeah.
What's his name?
What's his name again? Aaron, how did you two come together, man? How'd you get involved in this?
Well, we were at a Chubby Checker concert. Dick Goddard was there.
Yeah.
He was
Oh,
actually
really?
sitting next to us when I first introduced myself.
Yeah.
And she wanted to sing a song for both of us. So it was me and Dick, and we were sitting there. And just naturally, right off the bat, there was just great energy between
So you
us.
hanging out with Dick Goddard?
No, well, I'm not that cool
And
like
Chubby
that all the time.
And Chubby Checker.
But
Yeah, right.
no, we were just at the concert,
Okay,
you know, so
okay.
we're the spectators there,
Yeah,
and
okay.
then, you know, of course, Dick had all of his fans around him. We're like, hey,
Yeah.
come on, man, just take a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were sitting there, and she just started singing, and it was really cool because you know how powerful her story really is.
Absolutely.
And just to have someone, my love for music, have someone with a story like that want to sing me a song, you know, I'm.
Because you
You
write,
know.
you do all of that stuff too, right? You
Correct.
write, produce.
Yes.
And now you did a lot of work in LA, is that right? And now
Correct.
you're
That's good. So you just said, let me sing you a song?
Yeah, I was sitting there and out of nowhere, I was like, okay. He said, I'm a producer. I sat there and said, hold up, wait a minute. Let me get my game face on right now.
It's like an audition for you.
So I sat there and I sung the first song that I got out of the house with a lady named Miss Pointer. So I was like,
Was it Yvonne Pointer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna sit there and sing, lift every voice and sing. I started singing it, and he was like, wow, you got a beautiful voice.
That's
So-
awesome.
Yeah.
So let's talk about overcoming your fears. We have a couple pictures, and you've been doing so amazing. The first one, I believe, do we have it? Is of water. When you were in the
Okay,
water
you're kissing
kissing a
a
dolphin. Now
dolphin.
explain this picture.
Yeah.
Why is this? Why was this such a big deal for you?
This is such a big deal for me because when I was a little girl, I drowned. So I could never find myself actually going to swim ever again. And then my best friend had passed away when she was 12 years old. She drowned at Lake Erie.
Oh my.
Wow.
And I was supposed to go swimming with her. And that day I decided, because it was stormy out, I didn't want to go. And she got swept under this undertow. So she was like taken like a mile away from here. And from that day forward, I swore I would never get into another
Fear of water.
I don't blame you. Absolutely.
another lake, ocean, anything.
Yeah.
But this was something that you felt like you needed to kind of overcome, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I sat there and I was like, forget it. I'm just going to go in there. If I start panicking, I'm going to tell myself, I'm not going to drown because I got my life
You look
jacket
pretty
on.
self-assured. What was this at?
That was in Florida.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Very cool.
Good stuff. Was it SeaWorld down there? Or where?
It was Discovery Cove.
Discovery
I love
Cove,
it down
yeah.
there.
Oh, I do too, yeah.
And
Good stuff.
like they have so many like wonderful animals that
Yeah.
they take care of and stuff. And they showed us like the behind the scenes how they take care of it and everything.
stuff, yeah.
And the little bottles they give the little animals. And it's like, oh, so cute.
Aw.
So we have another picture we're going to show. Talk about this.
This fear was a fear of the Ariel Castro putting a helmet on my head. And I said to myself, you know, like I see all these helmets and I see like I want to ride a motorcycle, but I was so afraid to put it on because I'm claustrophobic ever since that happened. So I sat there one day, me and my boyfriend went to the store, and we was like, okay, let's see if you can put it on, like slowly put it on. So I decided to actually just put it on. I said, forget it. I'm just gonna sit there. I'm gonna take a deep breath, and then I'm just gonna put it on.
You always talk about this boyfriend. I mean, that's good stuff. How'd you guys meet? Just real quickly. You don't have to divulge his name or anything, but how'd you guys meet?
How did we meet? It was a funny story. We actually met online. He was a sweetheart at first when he started talking to me. So I'm like, okay, one day we'll meet, not right now. So we took it very slow before we actually started, like, you know, getting together and meeting at places.
Good stuff.
We actually met at a restaurant.
Good stuff.
Good. We're happy for you.
Thank you.
Now you have all your, tell me, behind you. You have
Your notes.
your
Oh,
notes
your-
and stuff.
yes.
That's a.
Now, you brought something from Castro's house, is that correct?
Yes.
And what
I
is it?
actually brought the song that I had started in the house, and that's the song that everyone's about to hear really soon.
So you were writing that, and that was written when you were there.
And if you notice how he said it was like, looks like a crusty piece of chicken.
Right.
That's
those
his
lyrics-
description of it.
Now those lyrics are yours, Aaron. Did you tweak, fine tune, and tweak anything, or how did you?
Well, the lyrics were there. Like I said, she's a phenomenal the way she speaks. That's no secret to anybody. So she had different poems like this, random pieces of paper where I
And
was
what
able
we
to.
did was like we put it all together.
Okay.
Right.
Because like all this is not finished. Like I had to like put pieces in there. So what we
You had to
did,
figure out where the
that's-
verses go.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's what we did. We like sat down together and just like made this beautiful song. But before we even did that, he was just picking out beats, and I was just sitting there writing, and he was like, let me help you. I was like, hold up, I'm already done.
Wow. Do you know, that's incredible. So many song people, they go through that time where it's hard for them to, you know, they'll go through a stage where they can't
Yeah.
think. So it's flowing from you, and that's great.
And you don't play any musical instruments, you said. Do you think maybe you'll try now? You'll
I'm
get into
trying
something?
to play piano,
Piano,
but
we
I
got our keyboard, we got the notes on there.
I
It's a good
kind of
place to
suck
start.
at it right now.
I should have brought a picture to put on there.
Just
to show
keep
everybody.
practicing. So where do you see this going? What do you want to do with this?
I just think it's another way. She's naturally great with arts, and I think it's another way that she can tell her story, which is a great story. It's a miracle. You know, it's been book form, movie form, and with her love for music, you know, she was deaf from trauma that she suffered in the house from being hit. So she couldn't exactly hear herself before this. It took a lot of work to be able to move the headphones and have her be able to hear herself to make this really all possible. But honestly, when she told me that she wanted to make music, her story is just so incredible. It didn't matter if she sounded like a cat in a blender. I was gonna make it work.
You'll make it work.
Speaks for
It needed
itself,
to be
right?
done.
That's good stuff.
But you have it on iTunes too.
We
right?
worked
Yes.
we worked so hard on it, and I think the outlook of the song is amazing, and it came out so like picture perfect.
We've seen half of it, so we're like
We
fun.
can't wait to see
excited.
you.
I
know.
Can I just tell you, I love your smile, and you're always
you.
smiling. I mean, this is a great time.
If it wasn't for me like writing songs, like I said,
Yeah.
way before, you know, me and him even met, and way before the house, music was always my thing. Like if I was being abused by somebody that I loved and I didn't understand it, I would sit down and write my feelings about like what was going on, how I felt about it. And I always, like my teacher always told me, man, you should be a poet, because every time you write something down, it's not like you're saying it. It's like you're poetic. You're like saying a poem.
That's a gift.
And I was like, that's the gift that I kept from all the abuse.
Good stuff.
Good for you.
Well, we're going to listen to. We can't.